Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to start doing some of the body work on two new Cabarets that I picked up a few weeks ago. First one here is Battlezone. And then, of course, we have Gorf over here. And we got some body work to do on these and relamination. But there's a little pet peeve that's become more of a pet peeve for me personally. When folks decide they want to change the T-molding and they decide to take the, easy way out, what then ends up happening is they fill up, hopefully we can see this, these globs of glue into the T-molding track because when they rip out the original, they damage it, damage the tracks here, the T-slots, and when they go to put their new T-molding in, they just dump glue in there and throw it on there. Well, that's kind of okay, but not okay when you get into this situation, because now I want to restore this cabinet, and we'll show you why here in a moment. And when I removed their wrong T-molding that they even had on here to begin with, and then filled it all with glue, you have to go through and clean out all that glue so your new T-molding fits in there properly. And of course, there's always damage in these channels to begin with. That's why they use the glue. So what ends up happening is you have to go and clean it out. And when you clean it out, it takes pieces of the wood as well with it. Let's see if we can get a better look. So you have to dig it out, and once that's dug out, I'm able to fill this all again with Bondo and recut the T-molding slot, and when I put the new molding on, it'll fit properly. And the reason I'm going to go through that instead of going the easy way out and just cram that full of glue again is we're going to relaminate this side, because it's got some damages. It's not too bad on this side, a couple nicks here and there, but we're going to sharpen all the edges again and get a new piece of laminate to apply here. This is the side that's really forcing this issue. Of course, some of the laminate's damaged here, but that's fairly normal, and that's not the bad part. The bad part is apparently this had no leg levelers properly adjusted, and it had gotten wet, and we're going to have to rebuild that whole section. And there's many ways to accomplish that. Mine first will be to attack this with wood hardener on all the exposed areas that I plan to do anything with Bondo. Let that sit. Once that is done, then I can get into the Bondo. So we'll talk more on how I'm going to fix this, but the first thing I am going to do right now is attack all of this with wood hardener for now, until I determine whether I want to place a new piece of wood in there or build it up, and that'll be determined as soon as I figure out how bad the board is. It's pretty bad though. So we'll be looking at that before we do anything. Over here on the Gorf, again, most of the damage, not too bad on the T-molding, but we do have some corners to attack. Way down here we have the infamous lower and bottom of the cab all chewed up. So we'll get that all done. And again, not so bad here, but we have to sharpen up all these edges. So this will be part one of what I'm going to call Battlezone and Gorf Restore. Cabinet wise, I am looking for a Battlezone board. If somebody has a working one, I'd love to hear from you. But this is round one, day one, and just in case you're curious, here is a second project I'm in the process of, which is building a Rockola cab for the game Rockola Eyes. It's beginning the assembly on that. It was CNC cut locally here. So that's round one, part one, however you want to put it. But I'm going to get to work.